You want to know what travel day sounds like for us? Wait for it. Abbeville? Abbeville? Guaranteed that load is shifted.
Last night was just one of those experiences that you don't get when you're in a stick and brick house doing the same things day after day.
It turned dark. One of the slides isn't going out again, and I really don't want to tell Cody.
Good morning. It is travel day once again. We're getting ready to leave Houston, Texas, and I'm really glad that I'm not leaving Houston on an airplane today. However, last night, instead of doing my normal getting ready to go stuff, I decided to go sit in the hot tub and relax and go to bed early because I'm still fighting this stupid cold. It got cold overnight, it's windy, but the work still got to get done. Something that's really nice about the Garmin RV GPS is I can take an address from my phone and just copy and paste it into the app, and it sends it over instead of me having to type everything in manually. Since Angela puts all of our campground reservations into a Google Calendar that's just for our travel plans, really easy just to grab it, copy it, and send it. As long as Garmin recognizes the address, we should be good. The other thing I always have to remember to do is to take my Garmin from car mode to fifth wheel mode, because it has our height, weight, and length in there. That'll update the route accordingly. It looks like we have about 238 miles to ride today for about 4 hours. Not too shabby, my kind of travel day.
You want to know what travel day sounds like for us? Wait for it.
All right, pretty quick teardown this morning, even though I didn't do anything at all last night to make my day easier. I think we're in good shape.
You saw that we had a few frustrations coming in on the last video. That was more of a staffing or a miscommunication. This park was very well thought out. We can actually pull out straight and have a better run. It's gonna be perfect. This is a really easy in and out. What I liked is when you book online, they give you options of which sections, not just, you know, some of them will give you an option to pick a specific site. This one lets you pick sections. If you want to be by the dog park, if you want to be up against the fence, if you want to pull through in the center, if you want to be by certain things. So I thought that was really cool, so I could kind of pick. I wanted to be up against the fence so that I had a little more grassy space, kind of away from people. I really liked that.
I like the fact that they've got their kind of garden up here where you can play bags or grill. They've got a pool, they've got a great playground for the kids, and an awesome hot tub that we visited a few times. So that was a big plus.
You gotta love I-10.
You gotta love I-10. We've got lines of traffic trying to butt their way in. Full-on semi-trucks and guys with boats and little cars and everything else just kind of diving out through the median, getting on an access road over here. They must know something we don't, but I'm not trying it.
With a transportation background, when we see these commercial box trailers going through the median doing this, guaranteed that load is shifted, and he's gonna act surprised as to why that load is completely shifted and delayed.
Big truck backs into a customer and they open the doors, they're about to get the forklift and unload it, and stuff's just scattered everywhere. If you're gonna come down I-10, just allow for a little extra time. It's no place to get in a rush.
Did Did you know that Louisiana is the world's largest producer of crawfish?
I believe it.
World's, not nations.
It's kind of all you see down here.
It's huge.
Crawfish farms.
I can appreciate the culture. They're a little dirty tasting to me.
But I'll take some shrimp etouffee and I'm gonna find it while I'm down here.
You wanna know what a crawfish farm looks like? Like a flooded field. I searched how to say the name of this town that we're going to here in Louisiana, and it gave us like 6 different ways to say it. So we're gonna say it how we wanna say it, and that's
Abbeville.
Abbeville, Louisiana.
We've said more things more wrong, so I'm not too
That's true.
not too worried about it.
Abbeville, Louisiana.
Abbeville, Louisiana.
Abbeville, Louisiana.
That sounded like Advil.
Abbeville, Louisiana.
Abbeville.
Abbeville, Louisiana.
Oval? Oval? Bobby Charles from Abbeville, Louisiana,
2 first names.
tagged the term, "See you later, alligator."
And who wrote that down to prove it? That's like,
Prove it. This driveway looks like it's my parents' backyard. One of the slides isn't going out again, and I really don't want to tell Cody because he's already cranky. But we're gonna try our trick again of just jacking it out a few spots, so we're gonna see how this goes. Crisis averted. We did the old trick of cranking out the override, or Cody did rather. Just a couple notches and out it came. So I hope this isn't an every trip thing where we're gonna have to figure something else out, but we're open. Cody got under and greased some of the slides underneath because it had been a little bit since he did it, and he thought maybe that would help. One of them went out pretty well, the other not so much. Okay, I've got you an alligator, since we're in Louisiana, a mini ball, your raccoon, and a duck. With a duck, as big as you, Charlie. That's all I got. We are in the heart of Cajun culture here. We're pretty excited just to jump right in. So our first order of business is to head down, and we're gonna see if it's still going on. Every so many Saturdays, a few times a month, they do these Cajun jams where they do French and Cajun music, and they even encourage you to bring your own instrument and chime in. So that intrigued me. We're gonna go peek in on it, see what the whole hubbub is about. We're gonna see how awkward this is going in here. There are a lot of people here. I'm excited. We're gonna get just a little taste of culture, get the lay of the land, and then plan out our stay here.
We tried to film a little bit about this last night, but it got dark on us and the lighting was not very good. But man, last night was just one of those experiences that you don't get when you're in a stick and brick house doing the same things day after day.
Just say yes, I think you said last night.
It doesn't always work out.
No, sometimes they're lackluster, sometimes they're uncomfortable.
Pretty often you find little hidden gems of places that you're just glad you stopped in and checked out.
Yes. This particular one was put on by the Cajun Culture Association. And some of what they do or have done in the past is work with kids to help them learn a little bit about their culture and to teach them how to play these different instruments. So the jam session isn't a band coming in. It's
a place to practice.
It's a place for them to practice.
And they didn't need a lot of it because I thought they were pretty good.
And so throughout the session, you see them switching off instruments throughout. And they work on stuff. And it's just a big community of people coming together and having a good time. They do often do some form of Cajun food, cultural food. In this case, it was jambalaya. We walked in, immediately were greeted by various people, like we're all supposed to be there together. Here's some seasoning I want to stick in your pocket, which was amazing, by the way.
And let's talk about that seasoning, because the jambalaya was as good as I've ever had, but when they gave us a little jar of seasoning to put on it, wow, kind of set my mind running on about 20 different things you cook that would taste good on, and they just gave us a bottle of it on the way out. I'm not going to try to butcher the name, but we'll put the name in the website right here, and we're going to endorse this stuff because it is awesome.
Remember when I got a little overzealous with the cabbage on the last video? I didn't eat it all before Cody came home. This stuff's got to go. I also don't believe in wasting food. So I'm going to get this done. But I figured out a way that I can make it a little more exciting. Because why not? I don't think that's what this stuff was made for, but I bet it's good.
First off, I'm going to be putting this on my leftovers today too, because Ange made Mexican chicken, and that's one of the things I thought this would be awesome on. This stuff's great, but like the logo says, and to use my Cajun accent, if it swims in the water, you better place your order. So we'll put a link to that. We're not sponsored by them or anything. We just think it's awesome and wanted to share it with you guys.
I'm going to try my cabbage. Oh, that's good. That's really good. That's going to help me get rid of the rest of this. I'm going to try to pronounce it. Chez, Francois. I don't know how close that is.
You're closer than I would have got.
The name of the bar was Touchets. It was loud, but that's how I heard it. Touchets. It's a bar that's been in the family for a long time, and they've supported this. What was that? There's gators around, so I'm on high alert. The Cajun food that we thought that we liked, according to Lisa, was no good because we didn't know no better. Before we left, we shook, what, 6 hands, hugged 6 necks. I mean, we were family within a very short period of time. They didn't know who we were. We didn't know who they were, but they made it a point to take time to make us feel comfortable, and we appreciated that.
That was the highlight of the trip so far, and it's going to be pretty tough to beat. We're going to try it.
Thank you, Thad and Lisa. Those are the 2 names that I caught with the loud music. You guys were fantastic, and maybe we'll have a chance to come back.
There's a lot of big flashy places that everybody says are must-dos, but take some time to do things that are off the beaten path, because for us at least, a lot of times those turn out to be the most memorable.
Very true. This morning, we headed over to Avery Island. It's not an island in a traditional sense, but there is some water around, a lot of flat land, and it's one of the highest points along the Gulf Coast. We're gonna head in and tour the Tobasco factory.
The roots of this place started in 1859, and a lot of the employees actually lived right here on the island.
Them and their families. The sound of bamboo is so cool.
I like this. This is really pretty. I'm not trying to look like the Unabomber today. It's just really cold and windy and my ears are taking a beating. So, public service announcement, not the Unabomber.
Why is that man running out of the exit?
Maybe the peppers are just that hot. Or he's running to the bathroom, one or the other. I'm not sure which one.
It turned dark.
...1921 Ford Model T. Even Tabasco was built Ford tough.
The Tabasco tour is a little touristy, but we enjoyed it. It doesn't take that long to walk all the way through it. I would suggest, if you're able to, come during the week, during business hours, because it looks like you can actually peek in on some of the bottling and the processing and actually see it in person.
That would have been neat to see.
It was still cool. I did get suckered. I got some of the raspberry chipotle because it's really good. It almost tastes like a vinaigrette. The cashier gave me a lot of really good suggestions, and I sampled some vanilla ice cream with it in it.
I did not sample it because Tabasco sauce and ice cream did not sound appetizing, but she swears it's good.
So good.
You guys decide who you want to believe in this scenario.
Maybe I'm not the most trustworthy person, but I promise it was good.
You put it on your cabbage.
With this, you get to drive through the jungle gardens. They also, I believe, have a bird wildlife area within that. We'll have to look, but that's where we're headed. We're gonna follow a few signs and see if we can locate it and see what we can find. Don't feed the alligators. To watch your step, but the jungle gardens would be a fantastic place for photos. It's pretty photogenic around here. It's beautiful. Spanish moss and the oaks, bamboo.
When we were hanging out in Arizona, and we actually went to the corner of Winslow, Arizona, because I'm a huge Eagles fan. Well, if you haven't seen it, we'll put a thumbnail down here so you guys know what to look for, because that was a fun video. But we put a sticker on the side of the flatbed Ford in Winslow, Arizona, and we said if anybody sees it out there, be sure to take a picture and tag us in it.
Kudos to Karen. We love seeing you guys out there. Keep them coming.
If you guys see our stickers anywhere or a t-shirt somebody's wearing, be sure to take a picture and let us know where you're at, because we'd love to see it. We think that's awesome that you guys took the time to find our sticker on the corner of Winslow, Arizona. So since this is the third trip in a row that we've had continuous issues with our slides coming out, I've been wanting to get underneath the slide and clean all the gears up real good, because they still got some dirt and muck on them from when we had the first problem. So I'm just gonna pop under there and try to brush off as much of the gunk as I can with this. Maybe use a wire brush if I find any rust or anything like that. And then I really like this slide out lube from All-in-One. It does a pretty good job, so I'm gonna get everything cleaned up, hit it with the fresh coat of this, and fingers crossed that's the last of the slide issues we have, but we'll let you know how it goes.
Hopefully that does it.
Hopefully so. You can kind of see it. I don't know if you can see my white shirt that I poorly chose to come out here, but it had quite a bit of grit and stuff like that on it. Kind of dirtied up the old brush there, but we got her cleaned, got her lubed, and we are going to hope that it pops out on its own next time we travel.
We'll see.
What about my house barks? Do what? No, that's too loud. Real quiet. Stay. Stay. What about my house barks? Do what? Well, that about wraps it up here for the first leg of our trip down here in Abbeville, Louisiana. It's been a good time so far. Be sure to tune in to the next one and see what we're up to next.
We have met so many people already. We've only been here a couple days. The nicest people. So absolutely enjoying. We feel at home here. Love it, love it, love it. You should give it a shot if you ever come down this area. Thanks for joining us as always, and we'll catch you guys next time.
See you guys. I told y'all it was windy.
Come on, dude, turn.
I think this, is probably a testament to your dentist that your teeth have not rattled out of your brain. You like the Hormel chili place.
Well, that was cool.
That was actually cool.
Wait a minute. Hormel? You mean...
Oh, yeah, that ain't right.
What was it?
Bush's Beans.
Bush's.